Well, it's not every day we have an opportunity to help design a license plate. And not just any plate, but a plate that tells the story of the volunteer state. Here to tell us about a special contest and opportunity is Cody Boring, Executive Director of Rocky Mount State Historic Site right over there in Piney Flats. Cody, great to have you on the show.
Hey, thank you for having us on this morning.
Well, first of all, Rocky Mount State Historic Site, what a blessing here in our area.
It really is. So, I ask you that right away. Can I tell people what Rocky Mount is? And, I say that just because I think people sometimes forget, but it's right here in Piney Flats, and before Tennessee was Tennessee, it had a capital, and it was called the Southwest Territory, but it had a capital right here in Piney Flats, and it was Rocky Mount. So that was from 1790 to 1792. George Washington believed in the Southwest Territory, and it's just such an important piece of history that we have here in the Tri-Cities.
Well, and I think it's a wonderful way to pass down through the generations and tell that history and show that history, because when you walk in through that back door, it's like you've walked back in time.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the thing about Rocky Mount is we're a nonprofit. So we're actually owned by the state of Tennessee. A lot of the historic sites in the area are owned by, of course, the state of Tennessee, but they're operated by nonprofits. So that's where this whole new initiative that we're going to talk about comes into play.
This is really exciting, because what a great way to spread the story of Rocky Mount through license plates.
Right. So we have went through the legislative process through Senator John Lundberg, Scotty Campbell, and other people have helped this process along. But we have now had the opportunity to have our own specialty license plate. And if you've ever went to the tag office and you've looked at that wall of all those license plates, Rocky Mount will soon be able to have one of those themselves. So now what we got to do is we have to have a design competition. So what we've done is we've launched one at Rocky Mount, and we're asking people here in the area to come out and actually help us design this next plate.
And we're looking at the website where you can learn more about volunteering and doing this and why we're called the Volunteer State. And that's really what you're looking for, is someone to kind of share that story on that license plate.
That's right. So what we have gotten through legislation is to have a license plate that embodies the motto of the Volunteer State. So when we think about that, we're wanting a plate that really appeals to everybody across the state of Tennessee, not just to people here in the Tri-Cities. So we're looking for a plate design that embodies that Volunteer State motto.
So any ideas as people are like, okay, now their wheels are sort of turning, some of the things that maybe you're thinking might be good to kind of show off on that plate?
So we have all these different ideas. Some people are thinking, let's put the historic house on there. Let's maybe add some type of nature element to it. But there's all these different ideas that are coming to it. But the most important thing about all this is once this gets put into place and we sell enough, pre-order enough of these plates of 1,000, we have to sell those to the people, the public. But once that goes into place, those proceeds are going to go to the association. So it's one of those things where it's going to have an everlasting impact if we can pull this off, since we are a nonprofit. And really, we rely on people, the public, just to come out and support us to make us be able to work.
So it's a fundraiser as well, an incredible opportunity.
Absolutely.
Such a win-win. All right, we'll give everybody the information. If your wheels are turning and you think this is something you'd like to get involved in, you can learn more at volunteerstate.org. Again, the license plate design contest. Also, for more information, you can call Rocky Mount right there at the number on your screen. Cody, great to have you on the show.
Hey, thank you so much for coming.